Welcome to Sriram's IAS. Today's topic for discussion is short tenures of Chief Justices. Okay, recently 8 high courts across India welcomed Chief Justice. Okay, but they had very short tenures. Okay, all of them. Recently, 8 high courts across India welcomed new Chief Justices, and all of them except one had very short tenure left to serve the court, which undermines the institutional efficiency of the judiciary. So, the 8 high courts which welcomed the Chief Justices, new Chief Justices, had very short tenure except one. Okay, so what are the provisions for the judges? Okay, so how are the judges of the High Court appointed? The judges of the High Court are appointed by the President of India. After the consultation with the Governor of the concerned state and the Chief Justice of India. Okay, the Chief Justice and judges of the High Court are appointed by the President of India after consultation with the Governor of the concerned state and Chief Justice of India. So, what are the articles relating to the High Court judges? Okay, High Court. So, Article 214 to 231, Part 6 of the Indian Constitution deals with the provisions relating to High Courts, and the 7th Constitutional Amendment Act of 1956 authorized the Parliament to establish a common High Court for 2 or more states and a union territory. Okay, so the 7th Constitutional Amendment Act authorized the Parliament to establish a common High Court for 2 or more states and a union territory. Okay, so what is the jurisdiction of the High Court? The territorial jurisdiction of the High Court is coterminous with the territory of a state. Okay, so now what is the tenure? Did the Constitution fix the tenure? No, the Constitution has not fixed the tenure of the judge of a High Court. He or she holds office until they attain the age of 62 years. Previously, the age was 60 years, but it was by the 15th Constitutional Amendment Act, the age was increased from 60 to 62 years. Okay, so the Constitution has not fixed the tenure of the judge of the High Court, and he or she holds office till they attain the age of 62 years. Any question regarding the age is decided by the President of India after consultation with the Chief Justice of India, and the decision of the President is final. Okay, and what about the resignation? He or she resigned from office by writing to the President. And also, how can he be removed? He can be removed from office by a order of the President on the basis of an address presented by the Parliament. That is, the judge of a High Court can be removed by the President in the same manner as the judge of a Supreme Court, that is by the order of the President on the recommendation. That is, the Parliament submits an address to the President. Okay, both the houses of the Parliament by 2/3 majority present an address to the President. So, President issues an order for the removal of the judge of the High Court. He can also vacate his office when he is appointed as a judge of a Supreme Court or when he is transferred. To another High Court. So, these are the ways in which, the judge of a High Court can be removed, or there can be a vacancy in the judge of the High Court. Okay, so that is The constitution, the tenure is not fixed by the constitution. He holds office till he attains the age of 62 years, and any question regarding the age is decided by the president with the consultation of the CJI, and the decision of the president is final. And the decision of the president is final. He can resign. The judge of High Court can resign by writing to the President of India, and he can be removed from the office by the president by an order passed by the president after receiving an address from the parliament. That is, both the houses pass a resolution by 2/3 of majority. He can also vacate his office when he is appointed as a judge of a Supreme Court and when he is transferred to other High Court. Okay, when he is transferred to other High Court. Now, recently Justice Rajiv Shakdar has been appointed the CJ of Himachal Pradesh High Court, and he retired after 24 days. Justice Manmohan was appointed the CJ of Delhi High Court, but soon he was elevated on September 29, 2024. Soon he was elevated to Supreme Court on December 3rd, 2024. Except Justice M.S. Ramchandra Rao was appointed as CJ of Jharkhand High Court, has 4 years of tenure, the longest among recent appointments. So, what is the role of a Chief Justice of a High Court? The role of the Chief Justice of High Court is to manage the institutional functioning, recommend judges for appointments, oversee committees and handle staff welfare, take disciplinary actions against erring judges or staff. Regarding judicial and outreach responsibility, he participates in symposia, bar council functions and addresses issues in legal education, acts as the top judicial authority of the state. So, what are the challenges to the office of the Chief Justice of the High Court? High Courts are complex institutions which need master of the roster. The CJ of the High Court is the master of the roster for a long tenure to understand, and short tenures hinder the process of understanding the responsibilities. So, since he is the master of the roster, he needs long tenure to understand the process, to understand. And short tenures hinders the process of understanding the responsibilities. And what are the other challenges? Frequent transfers of judges and overburdened judiciary. Shortage of the staff. What are the other challenges? Other challenges like extensive legislation, continuation of old laws without any revision, enactment of new statutes, and advent of laws relating to intellectual property and cyber laws. These are the challenges. Now, during the British rule, what was the average tenure of the Chief Justices of High Court? Example, during British rule, Chief Justices had longer tenures. Example, Madras High Court had 11 Chief Justices in the first 85 years, averaging 8 years. Average tenure of 8 years. Post-independence, the average tenure has significantly reduced. So, Madras High Court has 25 Chief Justices in 65 years post-independence. Okay. So, pre-independence, 11 Chief Justices in 85 years. Post-independence, 24 Chief Justices in 65 years relating to Madras High Court with an average tenure of 2.75 years. So, the average tenures of Chief Justices have reduced post-independence. An example of Madras High Court. So, what are the consequences of short tenures? The lifetime for the Chief Justice, little time, for Chief Justice to understand the institutional nuances, and innovative and institutional nuances to innovate or introduce reforms, implement lasting improvements. So the Chief Justice of High Court requires more time to understand the institutional nuances, innovate and introduce reforms, and to implement lasting improvements. So what is the way forward? The issue of short tenure of Chief Justices need urgent attention to ensure effective functioning of the India's judicial system. Stakeholders like bar and judiciary must deliberate on solutions that address this problem. Without adequate time in office, Chief Justices will continue to face challenges in ensuring the judicial system functions smoothly and effectively. So, what is the way forward? Urgent attention should be given, and stakeholders like bar and judiciary must deliberate on the solutions, and more time should be given for effective and smooth functioning. So, the short term of the Chief Justice should be significantly improved. That is, his tenure should be increased in order to understand the institutional nuances, to innovate and introduce reforms which have lasting impact or which have lasting improvements. So, the tenure of the Chief Justice of India should be increased. Thank you.